HarperCollins presents The Boy Who Drew Auschwitz by Thomas Geve with Charlie Inglefield. Read by Mark Meadows. In memory of Eva Ruth, Sally, Jonathan, Little Kurt, Long Kurt, Blond Gert, Saucy Gert, Elo, a lad from Slovakia, Mendel, a lad from Bialystok, Jendro, a lad from Bohemia, Maurice, a lad from Salonika, Leo, a Dutchman, Poldi, a Swiss, Mr. Pollack, a Czech, Block Doctor 7A, a Belgian, Ziggy, Room Elder 7A, a German, Block Elder 7A, a German, Camp Hairdresser, a German. Foreword. It was often said that survivors of the Holocaust were silent after the Second World War. True, for many it was a suffering too painful to recount, and for some it remains so to this very day. But many did want to speak. They had promised their fellow inmates, most of whom did not survive, that they would bear witness and tell the world. And so they tried, only to encounter a world unable and often unwilling to hear. Survivors of the Holocaust were not silent. They were silenced. Thomas Geve was among those who attempted immediately after the Holocaust to explain in detail what had just happened. At first, he simply wanted to tell his father through an album of drawings. His father had been in England during the Second World War and could never imagine what his child had been through. Then Thomas wrote down his experiences for publication, only to be disappointed. But he did not give up. For over 75 years, he has told the story you are about to hear, a story that will take you deep into the terrifying world of the Nazi concentration camp system, where children like him were its prey. Thomas Geve is a remarkable documentarian. His determination to detail what happened in the death and work camps in the Nazi concentration camp world reaches back into Auschwitz itself, where he found charcoal and scraps of cement sacks — he was in the bricklaying commando — and sketched what happened there in real time. The original sketches did not survive, but the memory of what was on those scraps of paper remained in his mind, and immediately after the war, he began to draw again. He saw that other former inmates were documenting what had happened. He had his own facts to share. Somehow, the 13-year-old in Auschwitz had the presence of mind to pay attention to the details, to check, measure, count, and memorize. He had remembered the daily routine by the hour, the ration portions to the gram. Even the colours of the badges the prisoners wore were committed to his mind's eye. It seems that Geve perceived something at his tender age that adults many years his senior took much longer to realize. The minute detail of how the concentration camp system worked is key to understanding the nature of the crime itself. Through his innate curiosity, he understood that the malfeasance was so unbelievable that it may in fact not be believed, or that details could one day be erased. He was right, of course. The role of Auschwitz Birkenau at the heart of industrialized, state-sanctioned genocide resulted in over 1 million Jews being gassed in carefully designed facilities. It was and remains unprecedented and deserves our attention, but it was not all that happened there. Wrapped around those killing facilities was an entire machinery of sadistic daily torture and deprivation. The Nazis not only murdered their victims, they created an entire system to make them suffer. That is what Geve documented first in his drawings, then in his text. I have a...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?